This week, another deadly shooting in a bodega.
I'm tired of wars, I'm tired of bloodshed, I'm tired of people getting killed out here.
A violent sexual assault in a driveway, and an exclusive look in a massive NYPD gang takedown. Right now, Fox 5's Crime in the City. Here are the crimes across the 5 boroughs. We begin in South Jamaica, Queens, where Fox 5's Lisa Evers was embedded with an elite group of NYPD detectives as they took down 2 violent warring gangs accused of murders and violent shootings.
Officials think this could be the largest gang takedown in history in the borough of Queens, and Fox 5 was given exclusive access as it happened. The Queens District Attorney, along with the NYPD Chief of Detectives, announcing the 151-count indictment of 33 alleged gang members. Officials say all 33 defendants are charged with conspiracy to commit murder and that 18 of those were active trigger pullers. They say the defendants are members of warring gangs trying to establish territorial dominance in southeast Queens. The gun violence escalated after the high-profile murder of an aspiring high school basketball star 4 years ago.
While the gang war was set off by a slashing in April of 2019, the tensions and the violence between the warring factions escalated after the murder of 14-year-old Amir Griffin in October of 2019.
Throughout this investigation, it was determined that members of these gangs intended to commit murder and shoot opposing gang members based solely on their alliances and territorial disputes.
30 guns, you see them there. They were seized in this gang takedown. But before today's sweeping indictment was announced against members of 2 violent street gangs, our own Lisa Evers was embedded with the operation as NYPD detectives rounded up the suspects, and she's here now to bring us this Fox 5 exclusive. Lisa, take it away.
Well, Chris, this long-term investigation began with the murder of a promising teen basketball player. Now, nearly 4 years later, NYPD detectives tell us they have dismantled 2 rival gangs who terrorized South Jamaica residents with reckless gunfire, using drill music videos and social media to fuel their beefs. We got an exclusive look at their focused methods, which are very different from the wide net gang sweeps of the past.
Some of the more than 30 suspects were already behind bars in state prison and on Rikers Island for other crimes. They were brought into the 111th precinct to be charged in this major gang conspiracy case. So serious were the safety concerns about the explosive rivalry between the crews known as Money World and their opposition or ops, the local trap stars, that police booked them at separate precincts to keep their family members and associates separated when they showed up.
It's pretty much shoot on sight when they see the opposition. And a lot of times innocent people are caught in the middle of it.
Over the last 5 or 6 years, these 2 gangs terrorized an entire community.
Before sunrise, more than 150 NYPD detectives and supervisors assembled for the takedown of the alleged gang members. Most are between the ages of 18 to 22 and have been arrested before.
This started in the Baisley houses when Amir Griffin got shot and killed.
In October 2019, 14-year-old Amir Griffin, a Cardozo High School student athlete, was the unintended target of a shooting. He was killed on the basketball courts near his home.
Sean, anything you want to say?
18-year-old Sean Brown was arrested for the murder and is part of this case.
That could have been me. It could be my cousins, my nephews. I mean, it's just sad that that had to happen, but today, we have justice for the family.
As detectives investigated, they found a connection to other shootings that were happening in South Jamaica. Some were in broad daylight, one even outside a high school. Police say an escalating rivalry between the Money World and local trap star gangs was responsible.
Once a shooting occurs and there's retaliation for that shooting, it goes back and forth. And it seems like they're never satisfied with the amount of violence they've committed, and they're always trying to get one up on their opposition.
Captain Gillis says the rivalry is over territory, not money or drugs. The hatred heated up over social media taunts and drill music videos where they allegedly bragged about the shootings, the actual locations, and even the calibers of guns used in incidents under investigation.
The drill rap is always a motivator, right? And the drill rap is so specific in that they mention people that have been killed in the past and disrespect those people that have been killed in the past. And it creates a residual effect where it's a tit for tat, a one for one. Everyone's trying to get one up on the scoreboard. That creates a retaliatory effect on both sides.
Chief, you have a lot of members of the NYPD here. Who is here and involved in this operation?
Yeah, so this operation involves members of the Detective Bureau. In particular, there's two different units. It's called Queens South VCS. In addition to that, it's a gun violence suppression unit.
What's happening here right now is you see different groups getting together. They're getting their assignments, and they're also getting their orders from their superiors about how they're going to do this raid, how they're going to take these suspects in.
Detectives from local precincts, as well as warrants, homicide, and narcotics units, provided backup and were involved in the tactical attack meeting to review strategy.
Most of you guys know what your position is going to be on the team. We're going to move in it tactically. We're going to take our time when we get into the location, make sure we communicate.
Before we go out, they asked me and my cameraman to take precautions too.
So they're giving us bulletproof vests because many of the suspects that they're going after today have been pre-indicted on very serious gun charges. Some are actually accused of murder.
We head out onto the highway towards South Jamaica.
We're part of an NYPD caravan right now going to the various locations where detectives will be apprehending the suspects in this case.
We can kill whites.
Copy.
We arrive at the house. The detectives surround it according to plan, while others do a door knock and go in with a warrant for the suspect.
The detectives were able to find the person that they were looking for. They have taken this suspect in custody. They were in the house. They came out. No shots have been fired.
This suspect, who is wanted for murder, is brought in to be booked. Another team returns with a suspect who wasn't part of the original case. Police say he panicked and threw this gun out the window while the officers were looking for someone else.
Get that my face, man.
The NYPD says this case, like others in recent years, shows that when they do sharply focused investigations and take the most violent offenders off the streets, the surrounding communities experience a drop in gun violence.
These guys did horrific violence out in the streets of South Jamaica. So it's a victory for the community today that these guys are actually all apprehended.
Countless acts, several homicides, non-fatal shootings, incidents of gunfire throughout the community absolutely took its toll. And I'm happy that we were able to deliver a clear message today that that won't be tolerated.
Of course, all of the suspects are presumed innocent until proven guilty, but the NYPD says they have more than enough evidence to support the charges so that they will not be able to shoot anyone again for a very long time.
We now go to the Wakefield section of the Bronx, where one man is dead and another wounded following a double shooting at a bodega.
NYPD investigators combed through the area in front of the Zoom Zoom Deli Grill on White Plains Road in the Wakefield section of the Bronx late Sunday night. Police say there was gunfire inside the bodega and outside. A 24-year-old man was shot and killed, and a 42-year-old man wounded.
We've lived here 2 years. We stabbing, shootings. I mean, this place is... It's kind of crazy.
This shooting is crazy.
The gun violence comes just a few weeks after a deli worker on Manhattan's Upper East Side was shot and killed by an armed robber with a criminal record. Francisco Martez, president of the Bodega and Small Business Group of New York, went into the deli to offer support.
We are very worried. We are very scared. Because the situation, there is no consequence. Everybody is for anything, is attacking the bodegas, working, the supermarket, and we be having so much violence, and we are scared.
Pepino's pizza shop owner, Jimmy Q, says he's not surprised by the gun violence.
That was nice before, but this year, forget about it. Maybe shelter here and destroy this street. So the business go down.
Although NYPD statistics show crime and shootings are down compared to last year, some residents have had enough.
This whole mess needs to stop. We need peace. I'm tired of wars. I'm tired of bloodshed. I'm tired of people getting killed out here.
Police are investigating whether there was one gunman or two involved. A worker inside the store told us that the shots were fired after a fight and that the victims were not store employees. Police are searching for the suspects and are asking anyone with information to give them a call.
And finally, we end in South Slope, Brooklyn, where the NYPD has released new surveillance video of a suspect accused of dragging a woman to a nearby driveway and sexually assaulting her.
Some new surveillance video shows a suspect accused of raping a 49-year-old woman in Brooklyn. This was taken nearly 2 in the morning on Saturday, or about an hour before that attack happened. Police say a man pushed her down, dragged her to a nearby driveway, and violently raped her near 5th Avenue and 27th Street in South Slope. She was treated at the local hospital, but if you do have any information, take a look at your screen right now. Please call Crime Stoppers if you recognize this man at 800-577-TIPS.
That's this week's Crime in the City.